Good afternoon. I'm here to pick your interest in Seatower. We are a Norwegian company. We have developed and we provide foundations for offshore wind turbines. Now imagine that you are the project director of a typical offshore wind farm. You've spent 6-7 years preparing the project with a huge team. You have a 500 million euro budget for your foundations, and your second largest cost item, the installation vessel with the huge cranes, arrives on site. And you've waited for the right moment, when the waves are low enough for the foundations to be lifted by that vessel into the water. You've chartered the vessel for a whole season. It costs you a lot of money. Now suddenly you find out that the vessel cannot do the job because the waves are the wrong shape and the hooks start swinging and the vessel needs to be dismissed. It costs you 80 million euros. This is a true story. Now, our foundations are not lifted into the water. They are just floated out by regular tugboats and then sunk to the seabed. So imagine the relief. Now, I will give you 5 reasons why Seatower should be of interest if you're an investor. First of all, this is a huge market. Foundations alone for offshore wind in Europe is a 15 billion euro market 2015 to 2020. Second, there's a technology shift happening in the offshore wind market. The turbines are getting really large. You can see how it moves from 2014 to 2019 in terms of the turbine sizes. We go from like 3-4 megawatts to 8 megawatts, and now we know Siemens is coming with something like an 11 megawatt. And guess what? The old technologies, like for instance the monopiles, grow exponentially more expensive when you get to these large turbines. That's where the gravity base, which is our type of foundation, comes into play, because it's not very sensitive to the size of the turbine you put on. So it gets much cheaper, and that's the third point. This is from an independent study by MEC Consultants, which was revealed at the European Wind Energy Association conference last year, which compares the cost of various foundation technologies depending on the turbine size and the water depth. And you can see where the main market is going ahead, and you can see that Seatower's crane-free gravity foundation was identified to be the most cost-effective. Fourth point, we have proven technology. We have a demonstrator out, which we put into the water in the English Channel, or La Manche, depending on which language you speak, which was done with the Dong Energy, EDF, and WPD Offshore, which are leading players in our market. And we also, as you can see from the certificate, have the technology certified by DNV, which is very important in our business. Finally, we have a very attractive business model. It actually sort of resembles a software business model. So we provide the technology, we receive a license fee. And this isn't something we're imagining. We're active now in the market with several signed contracts for 100,000 euros per foundation that's installed with our technology. In addition, we will also earn engineering fees from the consulting services we provide into the projects. So these opportunities are live in the market now. We're active in tenders and expecting to, within a few years, build a the first full commercial wind farm, as I mentioned, 500 million euro size contract. And since I was speaking at Ecosummit in London last year, I thought I'd also brief those of you who saw me there on the development since then. We've had a new patent, which is very important in protecting our business model, approved in Europe, and it's looking to be approved in the US as well. We are in good position for the Fécamp offshore wind tender in France. Now, we don't necessarily expect to win this first tender, but it actually at least shows that we are attractive to the big clients. We are doing, at the moment, paid work for one of the big European utilities, where they contacted us and said, our analysis shows that you are probably the most cost-effective technology. We want to look into it further. And we have entered into a cooperation with a very big US company where we're bidding actively on projects there. And in addition, we were awarded 1 million euros just recently from the Norwegian Research Council to look further into this market. So come and see me if you were interested. Thank you.